Hey guys, it's the Pink King here. Now, you're probably wondering what this video is about. Well, there's been a certain situation that has been blowing up on social media at the moment in regards to a video by the YouTuber Limus, and their video discussing how not to write victims of abuse. Now, what do I mean by this situation? Well, Limus's video has recently been cut out of context and put onto Twitter by the Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss fan community, and this has led to not only misinformation being spread about their video, but has resulted in Limus to receive a lot of backlash and especially toxic hate, with some really despicable behaviour being revealed during this whole fiasco. And as someone who had to deal with these same toxic fans only a few weeks ago, I want to weigh in on this situation and defend Limus and their video, because the amount of hate it has garnered is legitimately shocking and has all but confirmed my suspicions about how a large portion of VivziePop's fanbase are a bunch of big hypocrites who always try to preach about caring for victims of abuse, only to become bullies themselves when people have an opinion they don't like. And seeing as I myself was dealing with these same people only a few weeks ago, I feel I might be able to provide the most accurate analysis of the matter. But in order to fairly judge this situation, we need to see the originator of this, Limus's video. Having watched it for myself, I found the video to be rather interesting, as Limus shared their perspective on how Hazbin Hotel failed to represent abuse and its victims alongside pandering to harmful and outdated stereotypes. And they make a lot of good points and back it up with some sufficient evidence. But overall, I found this video to be just fine, really. Nothing that shocking. So, why did it cause such a big stink? Well, it came from this clip in particular that went absolutely viral on Twitter.
Angel Dust opening up about his abuse and his unhealthy coping mechanism is fine on its own, but when you follow that up with another musical number, then it sort of cheapens those serious moments. Loser Baby isn't as bad as Poison, but it's still really tone deaf. It's another upbeat song, except this time it's about how your abuse isn't unique and you need to stop whining like a bitch and find company in other people who are in the same situation as you. What a great message to send. It doesn't even work in this show's context because it's comparing Angel and Husk's situations like they are at all similar. I'm sorry, but Angel Dust being forced into sexual actions against his will is not the same as Husk betting all on black and losing.
Now, before we talk about the response, I just want to say I actually personally disagree with Limus with this take. Now, I personally don't agree with this, but I'm not entirely shocked that this was their opinion. Loser Baby, to me at least, is a song that compliments these characters rather than shames them, as it essentially is saying that no matter how much you've suffered or struggled, you can find some peace in yourself with others, and that we need to stick together in order to survive the hellscape that we live in. But that's just what I feel Loser Baby represents. But despite me disagreeing with Limus with this quote, I can totally understand where they're coming from with this outlook that they have on it. So for someone who sees Loser Baby as distasteful, I can totally understand why, and they do make some really good points in regards to this in their video. But here is where the problem comes. Because yes, I don't necessarily agree with Limus on their opinion here, but that's it. It's their opinion. They are entitled to it and their views. And this is the very thing that a large portion of VivziePop fans fail to understand. I have already called this particular behavior out in one of my videos a few weeks ago, so if you want a better analysis as to what I called out, then go watch that video and see what I was saying. These people do not like to take criticism, especially criticism on something they enjoy. So the moment anybody actually tries to challenge this show, they start ranting about how the opinions are made in bad faith, or they have no idea what they're talking about, or they are just liars who seek attention. Or in extreme cases, like what I had to go through, have death threats sent to you privately because they couldn't handle an opinion that differed from their own. Yes, you can disagree with opinions. After all, I disagreed with what Limus had to say in this video when it came to Loser Baby, but what you can't do is actively try to attack someone's credibility and their character because you don't like what they had to say. This is why Vivzy Pop's fans are not taken seriously by almost every other group and fan base in the world. Because the moment any sort of criticism or any sort of opposing opinion is brought up, they practically explode and rush to attack because they feel personally insulted by people's thoughts on the show they have nothing to do with. And this is just one of the many reasons I feel that has led to Hell of a Boss's downfall, because the amount of toxicity generated by this fanbase not only turns off new viewers from ever watching it, but it also starts to break off many other more dedicated members of the fanbase, as nobody with their head screwed on straight actually wants to be bombarded with negativity and drama because they don't follow the herd. And no, you cannot use the excuse that it's an indie show, so it's fine. As if being an indie show somehow makes it above any criticism at all. And also, these shows have practically left being indie, considering Hazbin Hotel has the backing of Amazon of all places, and now Hell of a Boss has a steady stream of profits from its merchandise and the backing of a studio. You can barely call these shows indie anymore, because they're actually backed by studios and are more mainstream now than most shows nowadays, like Velma as an example, seeing as now that has now been cancelled despite being Scooby-Doo related, and more people have seen Hell of a Boss or Hazbin Hotel than they did Velma. Let's get one thing straight right now. This video is not an attack on Vivzy Pop, nor is it an attack on her fans. There's a lot you could say about it, especially with what's come out recently in regards to Vivzy Pop, but I'm not here to talk about that because it's not relevant to what I'm referring to. This video is a defense of Limus because Limus did nothing wrong and they do not deserve to have this backlash over a harmless opinion. That's all it was, an opinion. So be sure to go over to their channel and subscribe, because small channels like Limus right now are really struggling at the moment, and they have a lot of these toxic fans coming at them because of their views. And so they deserve all the love and support right now. So be sure to watch their video. Link for that in the description right now if you want to see what Limus's video is. Go watch it and form your own opinions on it. So yeah, be sure to send your love over to them right now. And if you are one of these people who have gone out of their way to bully and attack people for just having their own opinions, first off, get a life. And second, maybe you need to get off the internet, because the more you expose yourself to something you don't like, the more it's gonna make you angry. That's just basic knowledge. But what do you guys think? Type in the comments right now, what do you feel about this situation, and what are your thoughts about Loser Baby? Because unlike toxic fans, I will not shut you down or harass you over your takes. This video was just made to defend Limus. I honestly feel for them right now because I myself had to go through something very similar not too long ago. So I feel like we need to support smaller creators that get bullied and attacked essentially from these outrageous fans. And with that, it's been the Pink King here, and I will see you all next time.